Hello guys, it's Hyeperion here with another video, and today we'll be taking a look at the Entropy Reactor. So how do you get this item? Well, you gotta head to the Tinker and complete a bunch of quests such as this, and of course this, and then you're set. So there's this event going on currently in Mother Mad God where aliens come in the realm, so you collect a scrap from killing the UFO, which is a realm event. Then head over to the alien dungeons, which drop up to 3 fragments of the respective colours, and basically collect a total of 300 fragments and 100 scraps. Oh, and you have to get this, which is quite rare. So yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff you have to do to get this item. But is it worth the time to farm for it? Okay, for those in the future or missing out on Month of the Mad God, there are alien weapons, armors and rings. It's an alien themed Month of the Mad God. And a UFO comes in the realm as an event and drops the alien armors and the lock reactor. The alien armors are just weaker armors with a niche effect of granting invulnerability when low on HP. Once it's dead, it spawns aliens all over the realm, which drop alien weapons and rarely the cores, like pretty rare because they're STs. The cores give stat bonuses depending on how many pieces you have, either 2 or 3. Maybe in the future there could be 4. First, let's look at the reactors, also known as the alien rings, the 4 things you combine to make the loaded core and then into the Entropy Reactor. They all have a common newly introduced attribute where whenever you get hit, you get a 10% chance of doing something. The red one gives a pretty damn good boost in DPS, but nothing outstanding as we have crown and DPS armors such as Mercy's Bane, which also increase our tanking too. While this leaves you frail and the paralyze is situational, plus there are electric pets, so yeah, it's alright at best. The yellow one really isn't that cool, just play trickster, nothing much going on here. The green one, it's actually pretty cool, it gives okay amount of HP, you'd be pretty frail too, but there's a 10% chance to chuck a 1500 damage poison, which I think is pretty fun, and it also looks pretty funny too. The blue one I can say it's actually really good, it can make for a decent bulky set as it gives 130 HP and 15 defense. Combined with the alien armors, you can get some pretty beefy set. And to top it off, it armor breaks. It has a 10% chance to armor break in a small radius. It's pretty small, but on melees will work, and you can see it do wonders against like Stone Guardians, Abyss, Sprite World and other dungeons. I'm not bothered to list. So yeah, you'll need all 4 different color cores plus a lock reactor. I managed to get one in like 85 UFOs luckily, but I also got one from the campaign. But yeah, this item is a very rare drop in the UFO. You can get up to like 3 on the campaign with the Heroic Undead Lair and the Heroic Abyss. What it does by itself is it heals you for 150 HP when below 300 HP. So it's pretty much an extra HP by itself. But it's also potentially buggy, so it just makes it worse. And yeah, it helps less against shotguns, so it's nothing interesting. Anyways, you turn in all the 4 cores to get the loaded reactor. I won't be looking deep into this much as its stat bonuses are the same as the Entropy Reactor, so you'll get an idea from that. But yeah, this is decent if you have the full alien set. So with the locked reactor and the loaded core, you hand them into the Tinker to get the Entropy Reactor. And I must say, it is one powerful ring. So let's see what it does. First up, let's just look at its stats. You will need 2 alien pieces to start getting the bonuses, but we're only really here for the 3-piece bonus because by the time you get an Entropy Reactor, you probably have a ton of alien items. But yeah, it has some hefty stat boosts when having 3 pieces, you get both the bonuses. So you get a total of 120 HP, 90 MP, 10 defense, 10 attack, 10 dexterity, and 9 speed. So that's pretty crazy, but as a whole we include the armors too. So with the robe classes you will have a solid 20 defense, for leather classes you have 25 defense, and melee classes you have 31 defense. So overall this alien set by itself is really good. It has a survivability and it has amazing DPS, depending on the weapon that is, and a generous 9 speed. Not to mention the other bonus effects that come along with the set, but I'll go about that later. The DPS set of Assassin of Ripper, ST Poison, Rags of the Host and the Crown. As you can see here, the Cutter trumps it at low DPS, but that's about it. The ST Assassin set has overall better DPS, like pretty significantly. Fair enough, and this is an Assassin, so you probably want to stick with it over the Entropy Reactor set. But I will let you know that Entropy set is much more tankier while still carrying decent DPS. It's alright. Here's my favourite class to put it on, the Priest. A typical good Priest set, even if you put Crown, the Entropy set will out DPS it, whilst having way more survivability. You also have 160 HP compared to 120 HP, 45 defense compared to 39 defense, and the set has more mana with Omni, but Crown has slightly less. So you see, it's amazing on Priest. Your 2 swap outs are the Fallen Wand and the Crystal Wand, a perfect combination even though you lack the piercing. Finally, let's take a look at the warrior set, the literal max DPS warrior with Mercy's Bane and Sword of the Colossus, and it has 4500 DPS. The Entropy warrior with Cutlass has 4200 DPS. It's kind of significant when talking about speed ones at all, but 4200 DPS. Plus you're faster and way more beefier, so it's up to you. 300 DPS or a much more survivable character, with some bonus effects. Now see, I compared a bunch of classes with the Entropy set and perfect DPS sets. You may be thinking, well, how about max survivability? And you may also be thinking, well, it's not really that great over the other sets. Well, I didn't mention its bonus effects. The Entropy Reactor itself has a 5% chance of triggering any core effect. It may sound kind of low, but it comes in and it's usually nice, especially when you lob a 1500 damage poison. And there's another effect, the ring heals you for 150 HP when below 300 HP, effectively making you have 270 HP, while retaining a solid amount of defense, unlike the Leafied Armor plus Deca set or the Breastplate plus Deca sets. But I must say the melee HP sets do overall have more HP and all, but yeah, there's the fact that this set has pretty good DPS too. And wait, there's another effect, your Alien Armor. When below 75 HP you get invulnerability for 2 seconds. Now don't think of that as a, meh, that's a niche and situational. Well yeah it is, but you have this amazing alien set with almost no flaws and outshines most other sets, and you get an additional bit of survival. It happens to me, I see it happen to other players. Those 1 HP nexuses, or when you flash, and then you die, this could save you. It's not like it's doing anything bad, it's literally giving your character a second chance in a way, in some situations. Think of it as like icing on the cake. However, there is a slight flaw, which is you're limited to 2 weapons. That does jiggle its viability, but not too much. For sword classes you get the Cutlass and Ancient Stone Sword. Cutlass is nice DPS, as I already showed you, and the Stone Sword is nothing amazing, but has the range you lack. A decent combo together. Remember, these sets make you absolutely tank. For one classes you get the Fallen Wand and Crystal Wand. That's a great combo. You sacrifice your piecing with a recomp, but I see many people, including me, main the Fallen Wand only anyways. For staff classes you get the Tez Kakotul's Tail reskin, and the Spirit Staff. If you can manage the Spirit Staff, both help each other pretty well. Spirit Staff for low defense and groups of minions, and Tezca's Tail for high defense and bosses. Katana classes you get Doku and Rei. Well, there's Sadamune, but with your DPS and survivability you can go well with them. Doku isn't that bad, but I mean it's alright. But yeah, bow classes get Doombow and 1000 shot damage wise. Compared to Void Bow, it actually falls decently far behind, I'll be honest. So yeah, I guess that's where bow classes won't benefit too much. And for dagger classes, yeah, Reaper outclasses, but Kata plus Stinger combo is still great, but not the best. Whew, that was a bunch of talking. Thank you for bearing with me if you did. Now we can go and see some gameplay with it and see how well it works.